My name's Caroline Balinska and I'm so glad to have you here. I'm the founder of Just Ask Parker and I'm so excited today because we've put together a new task that we're offering in our services. Now, the whole premise behind Just Ask Parker, whether you're a client already or not yet, if you don't know what the whole premise of Just Ask Parker was, it was to create an agency for people with Shopify stores who needed help getting to that next level in their business. So everything that we offer is tasks that we know are going to help you as a Shopify store owner. And I'm constantly adding new tasks to the system that I see are going to be important for a Shopify owner. Now, this particular task came up because at the moment I'm doing a lot of special things with influencers, and I also get really passionate about having a plan. And anyone that's been to one of my live events, or if you've seen me speak on any of my training videos, I do constantly talk about the importance of planning. So this actual task came up as a important thing that we need to offer our clients as a service in Just Ask Parker. Now, the thing is that I wanted to show it to you and give you access to it so you can actually use this yourself. So below this video, wherever you're watching this, whether it's straight from one of my emails or whether it's in my blog or whether you're here on YouTube, wherever you're watching this from, there is a link below this video where you can actually get access to this template, and you're more than willing to, free to use this for yourself and have a go at it. Now, the way we offer this as a service to our clients is that we will actually fill part of this out for you. So we fill out the first section about the current events, and then we also give you a number of items in the actual calendar that we fill out on your behalf, that we do the research on, that we find out what you need in your business. So everything I'm about to take you through, you're welcome to do it yourself, or you can use our services and we will actually provide the information inside this calendar for your particular business. It's not a generic calendar. We do this particularly for every single business that we work with. So I'm going to take you through it and give you an idea of what it is. It's really, really simple. It does look quite involved, and the importance is that you actually get to fill this out on a regular basis. So I've got in front of me a 3-month calendar, and this is all about the content that you're going to be needing for your business, for your marketing. So let's say, for instance, it doesn't really matter what you sell online. It doesn't matter if you sell baby clothes. It doesn't matter if you sell car parts. It doesn't matter what you're selling. But what you're going to find is that the reason why Shopify stores fail, the reason why e-commerce stores fail, is because they don't have a plan for what they're doing next. And a lot of store owners will go out there and they'll create a Facebook post once, and then they'll go and put something on Twitter once, and they'll put something on Instagram once, and then they'll come to me and they'll say, nothing worked. Everything I'm trying, nothing works. I sent out an email one day, nothing worked. And the thing is, because there's no consistency, and there's no plan behind it. So it's important to have a plan. It's important to understand why you're doing what you're doing, and it's important to make sure that you're doing it in a consistent manner. So I'm going to take you through this so you can understand what to do. Like I said, everything I'm going to show you, you can get us to do for you on your behalf. Our services at Just Ask Parker means that you pay a monthly fee and you can have any of our tasks done for you inside that monthly fee. So this is going to be one of the tasks that we offer. It is actually a 3-credit task. Most of our tasks are 1-credit tasks. This is one of the very few that is a 3-credit task. But all that means is that you're not paying anything extra for it. There's no extra charge. It just means that it takes more business days to have done. But what it allows for is that you still get to have the work done at no extra charge to you. So let's get straight into it so I can explain what to do. Now, as you can see here, this is a content marketing calendar. The first thing you need to know if you're going to use this calendar that I'm providing you is that you cannot fill this actual calendar in. Whatever you do, do not fill this in. This is what everyone is going to see. So if you fill this in, we're all going to see it and people are going to overwrite what you write. So the first thing that you need to do is either go to your, open up your Excel document, or you actually want to just go to your Google Drive account and click on New and click on New Sheet. And we're going to create a sheet. And you're going to come up here and you're going to say Content Marketing Calendar, copy that, paste that into your sheet if it wants to load. And then you're going to paste each of these. You're just going to copy this, copy, and paste this. Now you can copy this the same way into an Excel document as well, so you don't need to use it only in Google. The better thing about Google is that if you have a team of people, if you have a few people working for you, or you're out on the road, you can actually access this from anywhere and other people can access it too. So that's why I no longer do anything in Word or Excel on my computer. I only use Google Docs, completely free to use, and it allows me to create all of my documents. It allows me to create all my Excel sheets and not have to upload it, let someone look at it, then someone changes it, sends me back an edited version. I have to look through my different versions. Which version am I up to? This all stays up to date. So if someone wants to make a change to this, we actually see it live while it's happening. So you copy and paste, and then you can see along the bottom here, we actually have extra tabs. So you want to copy and paste all of this as well. So copy all of that. We want to do a new sheet. I'm going to paste that here. And then because the other ones are the same, we can say duplicate and duplicate. Now we want to name each of these tabs along the bottom. So we've got 3-month overview, September, October, November. Whichever month you're looking at this depends on what you're going to be calling it. So 3-month overview. And then here is, at the moment, I'm going to put September, but maybe by the time you watch this, it's already October. So just whatever month it is, and that's it. So let's start here at the beginning. And these ones, as you can see, when we drop it in here, all of these have to be redone. So you can move all of these around. You can actually highlight that whole thing, click on Format, come to Text Wrapping and Wrap, and it brings it all down into the same box without it going across. So let's start here at the beginning on this one. So the first thing that we would do for you is we would hand this back to you if we did the task for you at Just Ask Parker, and we would fill out this first section. And what we would do, we would find for you the current events for that month for your particular business. So if you sell baby clothes, you're going to have a different list of current events than someone that sells car parts or someone that is a sells fitness equipment. So every single person will have different events, and some people will have all of these filled out and some of them will only have a couple of them filled out. So it's important to know that there is no right or wrong amount. You just need to know that some people are going to have a lot of things in here and some people are not. So what I want you to do in this case, if you're going to do this yourself, come across to Google and you're going to type in, for example, if you sell baby clothes, you're going to say Children's World Event Days. And we've got here, you can see there that there's Children's Day around the world. This happens on the 20th of November. So Universal Children's Day is one of them, November the 20th. So we're going to come back to our document and we're going to come to November. November the 20th falls in, I think, the 3rd week. And we're going to say that, I'm going to change that because it's too big. And we're going to make that 10. And I'm going to click on Format and click on Text Wrapping. And we've got Universal Children's Day there. We can change that color back here. I like to have the colors because it helps me visualize everything, but you can take the colors out if you don't like the colors. The colors are just there to help you visualize the different areas. So we've got Universal Children's Day. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but then you're going to go through and do the same thing for and finding out what the other days are. So your International Children's Day here. So there's Universal Children's Day. Then there's this one, Awareness Day. So International Children's Days. And we've got here June the 1st, so there's one day. Now, if you start to see June the 1st and your business and you're serious and you're going to make this a long-term thing and you've got 3-month overview, you can come here and just add in other columns already, or you can do a new tab at the bottom and say, you know, extra info, for instance. You might say extra info just for now. And I'd move that to the end, move that to the end, move that to the end. And I'd say June 1st, International Children's Day. And that's it. So I've got a note, so then later on I'm not having to come back and do the same work again. I've already found it, so I might as well put it there. And go through and do the same thing and find out what special days are throughout the next 3 months. So for instance, there's going to be International Children's Day. There might be For instance, maybe the Animal Day, which falls on the 4th of October, might be a special day that has some sort of relevance. So go through and find out different days. This website here, Awareness Days UK, you can look through the events calendar, and you can put in here a keyword. So we're going to say kids, for instance, and we're going to find events. And we've got there's Women's Day, there's Maritime Day, the big draw, and have a look what other days there are on these days. So World Photo Day. So World Photo Day could actually be one, because World Photo Day, it's August the 19th, so it's not in this 3-month period. But if you're doing something with kids and it's World Photo Day, then you can turn around and say on that day, hey, we're doing a photo competition as part of our business, sending out your photos on our Instagram account, hashtag us, and the best photo is going to win a prize, but it has to be related to children. But just because it's World Photo Day doesn't mean that you can't relate that back to your business. So think about how each of the special days can relate to your business and see how you can actually help. International Day of Disappearance, for example, that might be a day where you say, okay, we're actually going to, today, any money that's raised from our sales, we're going to give 10% of that money to the International Day of the Disappeared, for example. And then you can raise money that way. It's held on the 30th of October, or August, sorry, and you might want to raise money for that day for children that have disappeared. So there's many days out there. Start looking through the calendars and mark all of this into your calendar. So now you should have all of these sections somehow at least in each month. You should have one or two, at least one in each month, where you've got something that you can relate back to your business. Now, the whole idea of this is that 99% of my clients have done this, where they come back to me and they say, oh my God, it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. I want to run a promotion. And I'm like, it's too late to run a promotion. It's been and gone. You're not going to have time. So what you want to do is you want to look at your calendar and say, hey, okay, it's now today's the 28th of August, for example. Next week is blah, blah, blah special event. I want to run a special promotion to my email list, to my blog, to my Instagram followers, and it's going to relate around that day. So by having this information in advance means that you can set this all up. So it's very important that you have it. You can now say your big day, your big event days. So you might turn around and look at this calendar and say, okay, well, we're going to run a special 2-week promotion on the first and second week of September, and we're going to say 20% off all blue clothes. Totally random, yeah? I'm not. And you might call it 2-week blues. That might be the name of your promotion. And you're going to run that promotion over that time period. For example, I'm totally just making this up, yeah? And you might run that promotion over this 2 weeks. And then you might say, okay, well in October, I'm going to run a special promotion and we're going to do day of, what's your business name? Jellybean Co. Bean.co. And we're going to have a special day there where it's our special day, and we're going to promote that and give people, for every $100 they spend, they're going to get, I don't know, $20 off their product. So you might have a big event there, or you might turn around and say, here's our 10-year birthday in the first week of November, for example. So come up with the big events that's in your business during each of those 3 months. And now once you have that information is where you can start to move on to the next section. Now the next section is where to post. So we've got all of this list here. You can add anything you want here. Just add a new column. So insert one below and you've got a new column there, and you can add something else. So there's no limit to this. These are just all the main things. So if you're working with us at Just Ask Parker, we would go through this and we would come up with something for you for this section to help you start this process. So we might say to you, okay, well, we're looking here, and that's the Universal Children's Day on the 20th of November. So on the 20th, we're going to post something on Facebook, on Instagram, your blog, and we're going to send out an email as an example. And that's what we're going to do for your business. Now, at the moment, you're probably looking going, yeah, but what am I going to put there? And that's where you come down into this next section and start to map it out through here But the reason why I put it down lower is because this is the part that you will be referring to on a regular basis, whereas this is more just your homework area. So now in your homework area, now that we know we're going to be posting these sort of things, emails, blog, Instagram, Facebook, anything here that's not relevant, just remove it. It's no problems. Push notifications. If you don't have this turned on your website, you're crazy. You need to have it. Turn on your push notifications and start sending out push notifications to people. SMS is also great. So now we're going to work out what we can actually send them as a push notification. So here are the types of content that you can give people. So we might be sending them news. So for instance, the news would be the 20th of November is International Children's Day or Universal Children's Day, or the other news is 10-year birthday is coming up. Those are news events, so we can put those in there. Videos, okay, so do you have videos? Can we post videos? So we might say, okay, on this second week of September, we're going to post a video. I'm just going to put a cross there for now. And we're going to put, okay, we know it's going to be a video, and I'm going to say product D as an example. Or you might say product D and, and F. Reviews, we're going to put some reviews up as well. Every week we're going to put 3 reviews on social media. And we're just going to copy that, and we're going to say oops, that's taking me somewhere else. And we're just going to put 3 reviews every single week on different places on social media. Are we working with influencers? We're going to have here, find 2 new influencers. For example, are we going to do some memes? We're going to come up with some memes, and we're going to say, yes, we're going to do something with memes, but at the moment, I don't know what the memes are, but that's fine. I'm going to come up with that. Questions of the day. Do you have questions that come to you from people that are sending you questions going, can you please answer this question? Answer those questions as a question of the day on your social media. Yep, I'm going to do something there in the second week. Tip of the day. Yeah, I have tips for people and I don't know where to put them. Great, I'm going to do tips. Tutorials. Do you have a video? Maybe you sell makeup. Can you show people how to put on makeup? Yes. Branded graphics. Do you have any graphics with your brands on them? Yes. Do you have quotes from people that are talking about either your product, or maybe it's a quote from a famous person? You know, if you sell makeup, is there a quote from Marilyn Monroe? Or if you're a fashion blogger, a fashion brand, can you put up a quote like the famous Chanel quote of before you walk out the door, take off one item of your clothing? That's a quote. Do you have, I've got videos up there. I've got videos twice in there. I got a little bit excited. Delete that row. Do we have announcements? Yeah, we've got that announcement there. We've got that announcement. It's the day of the Jelly Bean Co. Yes, we've got the announcement there. So we're going to say, yes, we've got announcements here, and we've got an announcement here, and we've got an announcement over here and here. Oops. Contests. Do you want to run a contest? Do you have curated content? Do you have other blog posts that you've been reading and you know you can link to that is actually really good for your audience to know about? Do you have discounts that you want to give? Infographics, listicles, which is like top 10, blah, blah, blah. Behind the scenes. Can you take photos of you working behind the scenes, of your team working, of how you make things, how you pick them up from the factory? Whatever it might be, there's some great behind the scenes photos you can provide. Words of encouragement. Can you help people if you're some sort of weight loss supplement? You know, hey, keep going. You know, it's day 12. Can you keep going? It's the 12th day of the month. You're doing really well. Social media only promotion. So do a promotion only for social media. Surveys. Can you ask people questions? Can you do a call to action like join our VIP list? Or product news, or personality, something about you or your pets. Freebies that you have, or maybe you're doing a joint venture promotion. So those are all things. So if you can turn around and still tell me that you can't create content for your business, you are crazy. There's a million options there. There's probably 30 different options there of what you can do. Even if you can only do a couple of them a week, do them and do them properly. So now that we know which ones of those, take some notes of what we want to do, and we go, okay, we're going to come back through there, and we know that we've got this news. So we've got this 10-year birthday here. We've got this one is news. And we're going to say, okay, where are we going to put this? So we're going to say, okay, so we've got this news, and that's the news there is the day of the jelly bean. So here we're going to say, yeah, we can send an email, and we're going to email our list and say, we have, just write some notes here, 20% off all stock for our annual day at Jelly Bean Co. as an example. And then here, email. Today is our 10-year. Don't write the whole email here. I just want you to start to get an idea. Today is our 10-year anniversary. Get 10% off. Now we start saying, okay, well, can I make that a blog? Can I make that a blog? What else can I do? Can I do any of these other things with that? Maybe I can do a guest post with that. Maybe I can do a SMS out to my list. Maybe I can do a push notification. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Get 20% off today only. Get 10% off today only. Now we finished that one, so that's our news. Now videos, we've got here, okay, in that week we're going to do a video. Oh, and we can see up here, we've actually got this event, and there's an event, current event up here. How can we do videos around those products dedicated to that? Where are we going to post it? We're going to put the video on Instagram. We're going to put video about product D. And then we're going to say, well, that's a 20% off all blue clothes. So we're going to actually make that video, film new video with only the blue options, as an example. Then what you start to see is that we're going through and we're going to go, okay, find 2 new influencers, and we're going to go, okay, well, the influencers, we want to find them for Instagram, and we want them to post influencers to post about, well, we're still there on the 2 weeks of the blue clothes, blue items, for example. Now, you're going to go through this. You can see that's hidden. So I'm going to actually do this, all of this. I'm going to do format and wrap. Now we can see it all properly. And you can see I'm starting to fill out this section here. And by the end of it, once you go through all of these, you're going to pretty much see over the next however long it is, for that 3 months, you're going to have something, at least one thing for each of these weeks. But now what you're going to do is you're going to have at least one thing for the week of emails there. Now you're going to turn around and say to me, but I have more. Great. So you're going to put here, that's email 1. Then we're going to say email 2, blah, 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 email 3, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to start to see that you've got, okay, week 1, I've actually got 4 emails that I can send out, because one email was about a quote, another email was about a contest we want to run, another email is about infographics, whatever it might be. And you can start to see how you're going to add more and more information. Now you can just generally do this here, but then what you do is down here, I'm going to click on September. And here I've actually filled it out for you. So this is where you go more deep. This is where you actually start looking at this overview, and you say, okay, I'm going to do a video on Instagram here in week 2, and you're going to go to September, and you're going to fill it out here. You're going to say, when am I going to publish it? And here I've already got the date. So the 1st of the month, 2nd, 3rd, I've got 3 pieces for each of the days, but you can have more. You might end up having, 6 pieces of content that you want to post on the 1st day or the 2nd day, and then 2 pieces that you want to post on day 3. So there's no limit to that. You might want to change this so it's actually written like this, so it's American way. You might actually want to write the date like that. That's fine. Change the date. I'm not here to tell you how to do it. Change it however you need to. And then we want to say the due date. When do we have to have this in by? And this is really important, because if you're creating a video for Instagram, you want to have it in at least a couple of days before, because you need to add it to your YouTube, you need to add it to your funnel to make sure that you've set everything up properly. So have due dates in and say, okay, I want to get this in earlier. So now you're looking at this and you're saying, well, in November, I want to create a video over here, but I can put it into my November document and I can say due in September. And you can be that organized where your videos are getting created 2 months in advance, knowing that you have a special day coming up on that day. So what's actually happened here, I'm going to go back here, I've copy and pasted it. These comments, these have turned into true and false that way. So I just need to click on insert, tick box, change when we copy and pasted it, just make that a tick box again. So now we've got the date, then we've got status. Is it completed? Are we waiting for someone to give us information? You might say ready, waiting to be written, waiting for someone. Then we're going to say which audience this is for. This is really important that you know which audience you're doing it for. If you've already watched my video on your creating a custom audience, you need to understand who you're selling to. So if you've only got one audience, then you don't have to worry. I'm only targeting women who have just had a baby and they're 40 years old. Fine. But if you're targeting women who have had a baby and they're 40 and you're targeting women who are 25 and just got married, then that's two different audiences. So have that there, because that's going to help you understand how to create that piece of content better. So what sort of type of content is it? I've put color coding there because I like to have it. Now I've done this for all of them just to give you help on what that is. So are you creating an image here? Are you creating a video? Are you creating news or an infographic? Are you creating a tip of the day, Pinterest ad, press release, whatever that might be? Put that there, and then I want you to answer where you're actually promoting this. So this first one here, we're going to say that we're creating a piece of content and we're going to be promoting it. We've got here distribution channels. This is for Instagram, so then we know this. We're going to actually put on Instagram. And we're actually so this is where you promote it, and we're actually going to promote it in a blog to tell people to go to our Instagram and see it. And we're going to also send people an email with that information. So this is the product page of our website. Where are we actually going to promote this item? Here you can see that the title is our 5-in-1 leather handbag. So we're going to say this product is actually to be promoted via YouTube because it's a video. And we're going to say we're also going to do it on our blog post, and we're also going to send an email. So then we can see on the first of the month, hang on, does that mean we send 2 emails with these 2 things? Or do we move this and make that on the 2nd or the 3rd of the month, so we're not sending 2 different emails in one day, or we're not giving too much information in one email? That's why you want to know where this is. Like, do we want to be doing 2 different blog posts on that day? That's probably not going to work. So then we're going to move this item into another day. And that's when you look back on this and you look over it, you're going to be very, very well organized. It doesn't take you much time to do this once you understand. And you're going to see, okay, that would be stupid to send out 2 different emails in one day, or 2 different content, 2 pieces of content, and to send out to create 2 blog posts for the same day. So I'm going to separate that into 2 different days and make that 2 different bits of information. And overall, you can start to see and say, okay, well, why would I post 10 Instagram posts today and none tomorrow? I might as well move that information around and post 2 things today on Instagram and 2 things tomorrow and 2 things the next day. And then that way you're spreading out your content across many different days. Then we've got here, you're going to put in your title of the product, of the content. We're going to put in, if it's on social media, is that different? Because sometimes your title is different. Oops, let me just change this so you can see it properly. So here, we've got here the title and the description. If we're doing it it's a video, we're saying 5-in-1 leather bag. But when we post it on our social media, we're going to say, get the highest quality leather travel bag. And so that's going to be a bit different. Who's going to do it? Me or the video guy or my staff? Who's taking care of it? Do we have some hashtags and keywords we want to use with that particular product? Do we want to there's a link that we're adding, there's the content if we want to have any images. I just put the Google folder URL there, because then I can say to the video guy, we've got a video guy taking care of this, or my staff or whoever, and I can say, now I want you to create this video. Here's the images I want you to use. Here's the hashtags I want you to use. Here's the product link that I want you to send it to. You go away and you create the video that's going to be the best video for me. So they've already got that information from you on the basics of what that video is going to be. Same with an email. They're going to understand, okay, I need to write an email, this is what it needs to be around, or a blog post that needs to be around this, or just a social media post. Okay, here are the hashtags, and then they can add more hashtags. They might turn around and say, hey, because you're using those hashtags, do you have another image we can add to that? Anything like that can go. And then we've got here, if we've got a image that's for promotion, which is different from that, this being a video, for example, so to explain that, if you're doing a video and you want to send it as an email to your list, you can't put the actual video in the email, but what you can do is add an image to put in the email for people to click. So what I like to do, I like to take a screenshot of the video image, and then I get in Canva, you can just put a button on top, like an image of the play button. So when you put that into an email and they click on it, it takes them directly to the video. So you've got a URL sitting underneath that, and it takes them to the video, because if you've got an email, you can't put the actual video in there. So you just want to let people know that it is a video. So creating a new video, a new image, you can have there, this is the image that I want you to use to promote that. So when you give this list to someone who's taking care of it, or you 1 month later going, okay, I need to post this video, I need to do an email for it, and then you can look across and go, okay, great, here's the image I'm going to use, here's the link I'm going to click to, here's the content, and everything is in this document already. Everything's laid out for you. And the same goes for October and November. And then of course you go back and you do this for the next 3 months. Once you finish this and you get to sort of October, you want to start doing December, January, February. So start working on the next months at least 1 month in advance, because it allows you to look at this whole document, and you can always add things. You can always add things at the last minute as well. So you might turn around and it might be the 20th of September and you might say, today I just want to add this extra content. Great. But at least you can say, is it worth putting in the extra content now? And you can look over this and say, well, no, next week I'm actually doing X, Y, Z, and this is going to interfere if I try that now. But you have a plan in place. So I hope that is easy to understand. I'm talking so quickly. So thank you so much for watching this video. As I said at the beginning, if you want us to take care of this at Just Ask Parker, we can definitely do that for you. We fill this out for you in sections. So with Just Ask Parker, we would take this as a task, fill out that top section for you of current events, and then we will set out a certain amount of these areas for you, and then you have the job of going and filling this out. Now, if you then still need help, then you can order another task for us to take it to the next level. But the whole idea is that we're going to help you start the process. A lot of this content marketing calendar, you do need to take care of yourself because you're in your business all the time. But at least if we can help you get that overview and start you on this journey, it's going to be much easier for you. You can probably see now by what I've explained is that now that you can start to see it in working progress, you can start to say, okay, that's making sense to me and I can work with that. So let us take care of that first part for you. Let us take care of setting up, finding out what the events are that make sense to your business. Let us find out, what we see in your business as being important, whether it's emails, whether it's sending out Instagram posts, whether it's blogging. Let us help you do that, and then you can move on to the next level and make those things happen. Or then you just jump into the tasks at Just Ask Parker and say, okay, well, Caroline, you've said there that I need to do this video on this date. Can you please create the video for us? So then we can go on and create the video for you. We can go on and write the blog for you. We can go on and set up the push notifications. Anything you need done in this document, we can actually take care of those tasks for you. And you can say, hey, can you take care of the tasks in the first week of October for me, and make sure those are all happening. So we can definitely help you with all of that. If you have any other questions, please reach out to me in my Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/winningwithshopify. And I'm always in that group to help and answer any questions that you have about this calendar or about anything else that you want to know about. But if you haven't signed up with Just Ask Parker yet, sign up. It's a 7-day, $7 trial. Try out our services, try out this service. Get this done for you, and then you can find out whether you want to keep working with us, see how we actually work, and you will see exactly how much help we can offer you. Because one thing about Just Ask Parker is that we're not like any other agency out there. We definitely offer a completely different service, and we are here to help you in any way that we can. And our whole message, our whole point of Just Ask Parker is that we want to help you get started with everything so you're in a good position to move forward with your business. So there's a lot of things that people are not doing in their business, and they're sitting back and wondering why their business is not working out. And it's usually because things like this are not done. So take the chance to get this task done with us at Just Ask Parker, and we'll definitely help you, and we'll help you start creating that content for your business. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here, and wish you all the best with your business, and I'll see you on the next free training. Bye.